Hi there, and welcome to Syllabus number 2 of Overheard Orlando. Essentially, this episode will serve to let new listeners know what the podcast is all about, while kind of letting people who currently listen a little glimpse into what direction the podcast will be taking in the future. Either way, I'm sure you're wondering what new sincerity is. Is it new? Did I come up with it? The answer to both of those questions is no. But I'll explain everything. This is Overheard Orlando. By the way, the music that you hear on this podcast is going to be by Neon Dreams. Please look him up on Bandcamp and support his music. So first, I guess I'll explain with the term new sincerity. What does it mean? It is not a new movement. It has recently seen a resurgence kind of in all art forms as this kind of farewell to irony kind of thing. I just happen to think that it's a really important concept right now when the world is literally, it seems like it's falling apart sometimes, and I don't think that we really have the time to not be sincere with each other. I think right now is the time to admit your faults, admit those things that are sometimes hard to say. We no longer have the time to be disingenuous. We no longer have the time to be insincere. We don't have the time to be coy. We don't have the time to play games right now. So that's what I'm hoping to kind of instill here. I hope to have on guests who are just sincere and kind of showing a little piece of themselves and sharing that with you all and with me as well. So that is the hope. So what is Overheard Orlando? Obviously, I want to keep an Orlando focus, but I think that the main idea here is to kind of let people know that you are a philosopher, whether you realize that or not. If you have a belief, if you think people are inherently good, if you believe in karma, if you are a spiritual person, maybe you think the universe is cold and everything is a big numbers game. Either way, that is your philosophy, and you are a philosopher, even if you've never heard of Socrates or utilitarianism or any of the other complexities that philosophy can sometimes delve into. The other main focus of this podcast, aside from philosophy, would be empathy. I want to literally put you in someone else's shoes. Okay, not literally, but I want to put you in someone else's shoes. I want to put you inside someone else's head, even if whether that be my head or the head of my guests. I want you to feel like you're in there. You know what I mean? I want to delve out the inner workings of the mind of an artist, or perhaps put you in a situation that you had never given any thought to, something that maybe you found unfathomable. Together, I want to navigate the sometimes labyrinthine complexities of human life and of people, and just the weird intricacies and nuances that make up a human being. Obviously, I want to focus heavily on interviews. 99% of the time, these people will be people in the Orlando area or the surrounding areas of Orlando, potentially even just the I-4 corridor. I'm not opposed to having someone outside of that area if I feel they would bring value to you. For the vast majority of the time, those people will be Orlando or Orlando adjacent. As far as solo episodes, because let's face it, I can't always get people on here. Scheduling is a big thing. I've got a lot of people who want to be on here, but life happens and schedules don't always line up very well. So for solo episodes, I just want to give you a little food for thought. I want the wall of formality to kind of start chipping away a little bit, and I kind of want to maybe give you a little glimpse into my own personal life from time to time. I also want to do clip episodes, but again, obtaining clips is also difficult just because, people are busy, people are doing things, so that's not always the easiest thing to do. But the point is, I kind of want to bring variety I also wouldn't mind adding a journalistic aspect to this podcast, a very, very light journalistic aspect, although I guess with interviews it kind of already is. So we'll see where that goes. I also would really, really, really like to keep up with a weekly format. If I skip a week here and there, I do apologize ahead of time. Life. Sometimes some weeks I have more free time than others. It really just depends. Sometimes life has a way of getting in the way of life. I guess the main goal of this podcast is after any given episode is over, if anything from that episode crosses your mind later on in the day, I consider that a great success. So that pretty much is all I really wanted to say. Like I said, this isn't a full episode, so to speak. It's kind of just like an update, if you will. So I do hope that you will join me on future episodes in just getting to know people. You can follow me on Instagram at Overheard Orlando Podcast. I can also be reached at overheardorlandopodcast@gmail.com. I'm very excited for what's to come, and I hope you are too. Stay true.